where you disagreed strongly with their decision to call up Jack Caglione, sorry. And I just want you to sort of further explain to me why you thought that was a bad move and why the Red Sox aren't bringing up Roman Anthony when it feels like, he's done all that he can do at AAA and the Red Sox are spiraling. And they have other young players up on the Red Sox. Maybe the Royals don't, but the Red Sox are calling up younger players to fill these needs. So I just want to know how baseball, one of these sports that you always talk about craving for attention, just fails all the time to build these rookies up. There are young players who are trapped. It feels like they're trapped in AAA. And baseball is desperate for attention. Listen, baseball's desperate for attention. They are desperate for stars. If you did a man on the street right now and you asked people to, if you showed them a lineup of baseball players and you said, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I would almost guarantee 80% of people couldn't name all 10 people in that lineup. But if you did the same
players,
you don't think people know who Patrick Mahomes is? You don't think people know who
Patrick Mahomes? 10
well, I'm saying
10 Patrick Mahomes is, I'm in. People will know who that is. Mostly. Not everybody. Some people. I think we get caught in our world where thinking everyone cares about sports and business in a way that most people don't. But your point's well taken. But Coke, I got to tell you, criticize me all you want, and I appreciate it, and I'm happy to have you disagree with it. But you're a fan, and the reason you're a fan is that you're a fan. You don't understand or care about the business of baseball, just like the business of show business. There are decisions that have to be made by executives that are not popular with the actors, the actresses, the people on the crew, just like there's sports decisions that are not popular in the locker room or in the hallway at work for people who love the team. But what the Royals did, and I said it and I'll say it again, incredibly irresponsible. Now, I've not checked, and I'm happy to do it right now while we're recording this show. He's been up. I think they had a doubleheader. They split with the Cardinals last night. I don't know if he played both sides of the doubleheader. Doesn't matter whether he went 0 for 5 in his first game or 0 for 4 or 3 for 5. What matters is his clock has started, and the Royals are going to be paying him instead of $900,000 in 3 years. They're going to be paying him $5 million. That's a $4 million call up. And then the year after, he'll go to $10 million instead of $5 million. The Royals are paying $10 million extra for this guy. And all fans had to say in Kansas City is, well, we want to win. Samson, you're an idiot. And that's how you sound. And that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's not even about that. It's about burying people. Like, that's what baseball does. Baseball buries their young stars.
That's just not true.
I mean, it is true.
Literally is not true.
It isn't the name a star. Name a star. Name a star in Major League Baseball right now. Who would you say
Tatis
is a superstar? How many people outside of the regular sort of baseball experts, when I say that I mean fans, know who Fernando Tatis is? How many? It's just like we've moved on to this.
He's popular or not?
I'm saying he's baseball popular. But baseball popular doesn't mean anything. Kyle Kuzma is our favorite player to talk about because he is sort of the litmus test of being a star outside of your own sport. Like, you can't have Kyle Kuzma be more popular than your most popular players and not say that a league is burying their talent. They are not building these people up. There is not buy-in by the players to want to be stars, to want to be social media stars. And it's like, if that is where the younger generation is moving to, then baseball needs to move there too. And right now, I think baseball fails to build these stars because you have a guy who's batting $7 million in AAA, and it's like, oh, whoa, his clock is starting. That's $1 million. We can't give that $1 million to that player. And then on one side, you can't sit there and be like, listen, baseball's going to be fine. The TV contracts, they are going to pay big money for baseball. Baseball is in a good place. Well, you can't say that when the NBA players are making $70 million a year. and everybody knows who they are. And baseball sort of is at that same level where the NBA is when it comes to viewership. They're above the NHL level. But it's just like you have to be able to build these stars, and baseball is failing at their job to do that.
You're talking about so many things at once. You're talking about the lack of stars and building of the stars. I get it. But you're equating that to not calling up Jack, the Royals guy who's now hitting .77 after 3 games, which doesn't matter if he were hitting .877.
Then why'd you bring it up
the same way? Because if I can bolster my argument with a bit of statistics,
well, then you can't say it doesn't matter. You have to say that it does matter.
Wrong. You always use whatever arrows can be in your quiver, whether you believe in them or not. And if you have a fact or a stat that goes against what your view is, you do not give that fact or stat. Welcome to World in the Media, Coca. This is how it works. We are in a world where confirmation bias rules the day. And I get to say that Jack, after 3 games, is hitting under 100, but that's not my point. And that doesn't mean he's not going to be an all-star. As a matter of fact, if he is an all-star, it makes my point even better, which is why I'm rooting for him to be an all-star. Because if you get an all-star who is paid the minimum, it's like in the NFL. If you can win with a quarterback on his first deal instead of his second, that's the way to do it because you can get a better team around it.
Yeah, I think the problem, but I just think the problem with your thinking is that when you were team president, you could hide these things. The service time manipulation could be hid. Keeping players in the minors can be hid. Now there's just hidden. Sorry. There's so much media pressure now and social media pressure that there are no secrets. There aren't any secrets to be like, oh no, this is what we're doing. That's why he's down there. So it's like to do this in the face of fans when they know what you're doing is just disrespectful to the people that you want coming to your games, the people that you want building your future with. It just feels like a giant slap in the face over and over and over and over and over again, because you're seeing it right now with the Red Sox and Roman Anthony, where it's like you're going to call
crowdsource, Coca. I think that's what we'll do. We're going to crowdsource every single transaction. We're going to ask the fans, when should we bring up Roman Anthony? Because they've got the answer. And you, Coca, just said, well, he's got nothing left to do at AAA. That was very funny, by the way. How do you know are you now a guy in development that you
Oh, sorry. I thought I was supposed to use everything at my disposal to boost my argument. And if you look at Roman Anthony's numbers in AAA, it's just he's been there for so long. He's been there over 90 games. He's batting over 300 in AAA. So it's just like, what more do you need to do when you're a struggling team like the Red Sox who are trying to build some sort of foundation? What are you supposed to do when you're talking about all the drama that goes on with the Red Sox and Rafael Devers not wanting to play first base, and then he jokingly before games is taking grounders, and Alex Cora is saying, "Oh, I had no idea that he was doing those things," but yet you have a Christian Campbell up. They're bringing up I think his name's Marcelo Meyer. So it's like they're bringing up young players, and then it's like they're laughing at fans because there could be a certain date that is coming up, and then it's like, oh, you know what? Now he's ready. Now he's ready to be a major leaguer. It was that 1 week. That 1 extra week, those 3 extra games that he played, now he is ready to be successful. But we just disrespected our fans who have been with us since we traded away Mookie Betts. They've been with us since we traded away the star player that we had. Now we're just going to laugh in their faces to save $1 million.